Spoopy. Ooh, it's a ghost. Or have you seen SpongeBob when it's like, I'm a shopping list. It's not a shopping list.
That's a classic
I'm
episode.
a ghost.
That's a classic episode. Shout out to every single great show that
Quotable.
has. Oh, did I lose my cape? Damn, I lost my cape. Hold on.
Hey, bro, didn't you watch Incredibles? You're not supposed to wear capes. Capes are terrible for superheroes.
That is very.
Bro.
That's true. But I'm not flying into propellers or doing
he's
anything
not a
crazy.
superhero.
I'm not a superhero. Today I am Lando Calrissian, the slick.
Calrissian or Calrissian?
Calrissian. Sorry, that just goes to show you I don't know what I'm talking about. But whatever. I got my cape, so you can't tell me shit.
Hey.
Anyway,
Can't tell me shit.
Can't tell me shit. My cape is all messed up. I'm gonna fix it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna announce this episode.
What's good, bro?
What's up, man? This episode is episode 34 of the Soundflick podcast. Year. As you can tell, we're doing visuals.
Oh yeah, we got visuals today. I almost disregarded the camera.
It's great that we are now on camera where you can see our lovely outfits. What are you wearing, man?
I'm a cheeseburger. I'm Gene from Bob's Burgers. I just don't have my piano, but
He's just the burger.
You should have just been Queen Latifah. I saw that tweet.
You see that tweet? Queen Latifah, give me strength. Gene dresses up for Halloween as Queen Latifah,
Oh
like
my gosh.
African symbol, outfit and all. And he
Yeah,
literally
it's
throughout the
pretty
whole
comedy.
episode, he's like, Queen Latifah, give me
That's-
strength.
That's funny.
Fire.
That's funny.
But I am Gene from Bob's Burgers, my favorite Gene quotable.
Yes.
I want to fall asleep with a pancake over my face and wake up so I can eat my way out. Okay, that is all.
Nice. And we have Skywalker Mike reporting to us live from where are you? I think you're in
I'm at,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
the
What's that place called?
Nightmare Before Christmas Cemetery, where the hill is. You know where it be. You know.
He's reporting to us live from the hill.
Yeah, from the hill.
He's king of the hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
Damn it, Bobby. What up, Skywalker?
yeah. What's up?
You're in a
I'm
box
good.
today.
Just feeling a little under the weather, so I thought I'd take some precautions. And
Safety
do
first,
the
bro.
pod from
I'm glad.
home.
Well, I'm
Safety
glad you're
first.
here.
Thank you so much, Productive Culture, for helping us power this pod. Both
Still made it work.
No, I'm just
Yes.
kidding. Plot twist, guys. Skywalker's just a TV for Halloween.
TV, bro.
That's great. You should have been the Ring. We should have did this in like black and white.
Imagine.
Oh gosh,
That would have been awesome.
Wolverine. I hate that movie.
It's great.
I just want to point out my original idea for the intro is Skywalker is going to rap a certain song.
What song was that?
What song?
Demon Time.
No,
Demon-
we're not. No.
There you go. You
I
did
eat
it.
artist, bro.
Nope. We're not doing that. Not gonna
Shout
doing
out
that.
Radio
There's gonna be no demons.
This is going to be a
over
very
here.
entertaining episode. So first of all, happy Halloween. Or if you don't celebrate Halloween, happy Harvest.
How do you not
Happy
celebrate
Harvest would be...
Harvest Day, something like
Happy,
that.
happy Harvest, I feel, is more
I mean,
appropriate.
Halloween's trash. Anyway,
Happy Pumpkin Day.
this is our
Happy-
Halloween horror Soundflick episode.
Happy Leif Erikson Day.
Ooh.
Hinga-dinga-dinga. This
As
is
you
fun.
can see, we are
I'm
all
hyped.
dressed up for this holiday. We thought
Spoopy.
it would be appropriate to bring you guys some great horror movie filled content and to dress up. And I'm glad to be with my guys, my guy and a half, because Skywalker's over there.
Would you say we're 2.5 men? Hey guys, this has been episode 34 of the Soundflick podcast. My name is
Shortest
my name is
episode that
Gene.
we've ever had. Oh man. No, I'm glad that we are in a great mood. I didn't give any candy to no dumbass kids because we don't play that shit over here.
Said fuck them.
Don't come over to my house asking for any candy, anything like that. Don't try and play a trick on me because I have a BB gun and I'll probably shoot you.
Do the kids still play tricks?
I used to play Ding Dong Ditch as a kid.
Kids have no imagination now these days. Like they don't know what TPing is like. They don't know what like messing
Well, that's
around
good.
with
I'm
pumpkins or
glad they
anything. I mean, I'm kind of glad, but then it just makes me sad for future generations because I'm just like, what are you guys doing now? Like, you're no fun.
I used to get
anymore.
the fart bags
TikTok
from the
dances.
ice cream truck and Ding Dong Ditch somebody, but before I would leave, I would like step on it.
You know what I hated about the fart bags is that you had to blow it up with your mouth, and because you're a kid, you put like a whole bunch of spit on there. So like when you sat on it, you just
I
see
don't
like a
remember
bunch of
doing
spit just flying.
You're
was
way older than
disgusting.
me and Skywalker because the ones we used, you would step on it and then it would cause a chemical reaction for it to fizz up until
Oh, you did the science?
It
Yeah.
smelled like sulfate or something like
it was
that.
like
Is
sulfate.
that what it's called? Sulfate?
Yeah, you would step on it. It would cause a chemical reaction. It would basically build up the gas, and then the bag explodes because it's plastic, and then it smells like ass.
Oh, thank you for doing the
You know
science.
what?
Or you could just get the vials of liquid ass. Did you see those?
No.
Yeah,
I don't,
Oh,
I don't
vials-
shop at
they sell
anywhere
those
where
on
they have vials of
Amazon.
liquid ass.
They sell it at Target. Sell liquid ass
I
at
don't shop
Target.
at Target.
Target. Yeah, you get the vials and you throw it on the ground and it smells
That's
like
horrible.
ass.
See, that's the problem with Halloween. Also, is that
That's the
anybody
problem
can
with
just,
these damn kids.
they could just make like anything and start selling it. Like, who wants liquid ass? It's ridiculous.
People don't get
I don't
ass.
know.
I don't know, man.
You're right. I don't know who wants that.
I don't know. I don't dig it.
But anyways, happy Halloween from the Soundflick boys. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all chilling?
Yeah.
We're doing good. We're here. Healthy, relatively.
Relatively.
And we're here to do episode
Healthy?
34.
Just
healthy you kind of
healthy?
look like. Kind of healthy, I think.
Me and Arik are fine.
No, shout out to Skywalker Mike. I thought I'd be in theme with Skywalker Mike in being Lando. We're both from the Star Wars universe.
I'm just matching the color scheme, y'all.
You are what I ate from episode whatever it was from Solo to how they saw me in the new
Right.
trilogy.
Oh god.
Shout out to Lando in that movie as well.
So
He didn't look
today,
too
y'all,
great, though.
I know it's gonna be a little bit of a different episode. I don't want to say it's a freestyle episode, but we just have our topics and we're kind of just
We're
gonna
gonna talk about horror movies, man.
Well, yeah, but like we don't have specifics. Like it's just we all have our own like horror movies that we enjoy. We're gonna be laughing, and I don't know. I'm just really excited about this.
Let's talk about some of our favorite horror movies. Why don't we go into that and why horror movies even exist at all? And
so that we can shit on my childhood.
That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
You guys are going to talk about your favorite horror movies because as avid listeners of this pod will know, I don't watch horror movies because I think that they're stupid. But we're going to get into that a little bit more.
Narik's a Halloweeny.
You gotta open
Weenie Hut
yourself
Jr. Super Weenie Hut Jr.
To demons and death and witchcraft and
Demon
everything
time.
like that. No, I'm all right.
It's all
Wasn't you just talking
fantasy
about?
and
Wasn't you
like-
just talking about?
No, it
Lovecraft?
is not fantasy, and that's where you're wrong.
You was talking about Lovecraft last episode, sir.
I mean,
There's
Lovecraft has a historical component to it.
Was there
makes it
magic in the
compelling.
'60s, sir?
There was magic throughout all human history.
Acceptable answer. I like it.
I wouldn't say, before we go on, I wouldn't say all horror has to do with demons and.
Well, it kind of went through its own like
evil.
little time periods, which I do want to talk about. I would love to
Yes,
talk
we'll
about
talk
the
about
history of horror movies and how it's kind of evolved
Right.
and how people started making money off of scaring people and how they thought that was great and how,
Ooh.
the psychology
Yeah.
of seeing someone doing worse off than yourself makes you feel better and that you'd like to pay money to go and see that. But we'll get into it, and I'm excited.
Thrill.
Yeah. So
Thrill.
you love the Thriller video. I know you do.
I do love the Thriller video. I do. I
All
have
right,
to.
so I just want to point out
acknowledge
when I mentioned a Halloween episode to the guys, I wasn't necessarily thinking horror. Yes, horror-esque is kind of the vibe that fits with Halloween, but I generally love Halloween movies. Like I kept talking about Halloween Town because I love Halloween Town.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
talking about Hocus Pocus because I love Hocus Pocus. It's a really good movie, man. I love Sabrina the Teenage
You don't have to
Witch.
convince me.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting the people know. But just
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which one? The Netflix one or the one with Melissa Joan Hart?
Melissa Joan Hart is fire, bro.
She is pretty fire.
She's fire. Her and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yes. Because Ghost
Not bad.
Whisperer. Ghost Whisperer is a really good show.
Never seen it.
She's just a ghost whisperer, bro. That's it.
Who's trying to whisper to ghosts, man? What are they gonna do?
Talk to him. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So let's get into our favorite movies. I picked a horror movie and I picked a Halloween movie. One that's kid appropriate, one that's not kid appropriate. Hocus
Go ahead.
Pocus, man.
Tell us about it.
Hocus Pocus. If you guys have not seen Hocus Pocus, I don't know where you've been, but it's just a classic movie. Literally, it's
Been a
about
while.
these three witches, and it's a comedy, right? It's kid friendly. It's literally about these three sisters who were witches. Village finds out they're witches. They burn them as
It's like-
they would any witches, right? But they rise up every century, once every century. So they on Halloween night they come back to terrorize the town that they were from, and it's up to
That sounds great.
It's up to a group of teens to stop them, and yeah, now it's
Can you imagine rising up
This,
after 100 years and getting stopped by some teenagers, I'd be pissed.
That's the Disney movie, pretty much aspect of it. But I really like any Disney, I guess, Halloween movie. I wouldn't say Disney horror movie.
There's a
but,
musical number as well.
Yeah, Halloween movies. I know they have what is it? The Phantom at the Megaplex.
That's a
Yo,
classic.
Disney
It's a classic
Channel
movie.
original movies are fire.
Yeah,
I
and
miss them.
Halloween Town. What's another one? I know there's another one. I don't remember it. It has to do with some monsters.
Not only that, but Disney put together really good Halloween episodes, like the Zack and Cody one when they're in the hotel room.
Yeah.
That was really good.
They did it. That's so.
Narik's not impressed. I don't know.
I'm not impressed.
I'm gonna keep looking at Narik this whole
Well,
episode, just waiting for his reactions.
No.
I mean, I don't expect you to be impressed, but like these movies or these shows and movies, like they're more fun and creative, in the Halloween spirit of like jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons.
See, Disney already.
It's just fun. Like to me, like Halloween has always been fun and creative. Obviously, like as you grow older, you want to get more of a thrill and be scared. That's why people go to Halloween horror nights or not.
Who likes to be scared? That's just a crazy thing in general. But I would say that Disney's already showed itself. Monsters Inc. and they were collecting scares in order to power
But they
energy.
turn it to laughs. Laughs are more powerful than scares.
But understand what they were
Yes, they
trying to
did
do in the
say
first
that.
place. They didn't discover that on their own. They were fine having an entire
because-
economy based off of scaring kids.
They're monsters. That's
That's
true
because-
nature.
You don't think that translates into real life and
That's
how
what-
they suck the energy out of people by you exerting how your fear is being manifested in physical form?
it's
That is
because
such a
Water
crazy
Noose was a
conspiracy.
racist.
I'm just
He
saying.
hated children.
Well, he's a pedophile. I mean, I'm just
you're
saying,
right.
like, it's crazy when we get deep into it, and I don't support that. But carry on.
But it's rated G. John Goodman's in it. I don't know
Yeah.
why you're so upset. I don't get it. No, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't think when the surface level, it's a kid's movie. You know what I mean?
think it's
But
really
I
how
understand.
how you view it or how you want to view it. Like a lot of the things. It's at the end of the day, like these movies and shows are art, and it's really how you perceive them or your opinions based off of them. But I mean, a lot of people don't see it like that or even view it like that. Like Monsters Inc. Like I just see it as a movie. I don't even think
His
about
girlfriend was Medusa.
Scream's part. I just think of the monsters. when I
Like, that's
think of
supposed to be a
Monsters,
good thing. She turns you to stone. It's great. It's just that all of these things are historically placed. Like, yeah, we can talk about art, and that's wonderful. But if your art is trying to instill fear into people, like, sure, it's art, but like that doesn't mean that
Are you
it's good.
scared of Monsters Inc?
No, I'm not. I'm not scared of Monsters Inc.
I just want to
Although
say,
if they were probably real, seeing a real Mike Wazowski would probably
Oh,
scare the
yeah.
shit out of you. I'm just saying.
seeing Mike Wazowski scared me more than
Yeah.
seeing Sully.
Yeah, and you're probably thinking of Mike
That's why it's a
Wazowski right now,
cartoon.
and you think that he has two eyes, but no, that's just the meme. He has one, and it's gonna scare the
That's
shit
a
out of
funny
you.
Yeah, no, it has. Yeah. Someone made a meme out of
That's
Cardi
so
B's
funny,
boob. made it Mike Wazowski. It's pretty funny.
Oh, jeez.
But
Poor Cardi B.
it was an accident.
It's all right.
But my
Your second movie,
horror movie.
which also has to do with children. Go ahead.
Look, man, I'm gonna need you to stop calling me out. Child's Play 3. Can we meme this?
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, Child's Play 3 is. I just think it's funny because it's when Andy goes into military school, and then Chucky decides to follow along, and he terrorizes the military school. And
See,
like
that's how you know horror movies are bad. Like, your favorite one is the third one.
it's better than the Leprechaun movie. The third Leprechaun movie, it was like Leprechaun, or I think it was Leprechaun 2, Back to the Hood.
You're proving my point.
It's
Since
but
when is like a third movie ever the best out of any genre other than horror
I
movies?
mean the first one had Jennifer Aniston.
She's cool.
She's fire.
She's pretty fire.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I just find it amusing. Like I never been one into gore, one and like straightforward, like the Saw. I'm not a fan of the Saw movies. I can care less about these fake deaths or like Final Destination movies. Granted, they did scare me as a kid because death is like a pretty big fear.
Final
But,
Destination was a little interesting.
eh,
See,
I feel like people just
They're
watched it for
okay.
the death.
I
See, but
I like
that's
them.
because I'm not into those movies. I like Halloween movies and like I like the satire that attaches itself to those movies. Like it's kind of dark humor, kind of not. Like in Seed of Chucky, he kills Britney Spears, and then he's like, "Oops, I did it again." That's funny. I enjoy that.
I feel like you would have wrote that. You would've been
Exactly. You understand it.
No,
then.
I get you. I get you, sincere. Sincere got the bars.
I like it
That's
because
a
I
bar.
can Jim stare into the camera now.
Yeah.
But all right, those are my two movies. Go watch Hocus
Awesome.
Pocus for sure, though.
Definitely. If you
That's
haven't
a
seen
good-
that before.
It's a good Halloween watch. Go watch it
Skywalker.
with Halloween Town and
Tell us about your Skywalker, Mike.
Megaplex. So my movies are I
Skywalker
wouldn't
just
say
picks
they're
straight
Halloween
up.
movies so much, but they are horror movies in different ways. One of them being an alien movie, which is the fourth kind. It has to do with pretty much just meeting the fourth version or fourth kind of ours. But that movie,
The extra kind.
creepy.
We're all right
The
with
extra.
how many we have. But we wanted to meet the fourth one.
Hey, some people do. I mean, they exist. It's not like it's a debunked thing. Aliens are real, you know.
Aliens are real.
I'm just saying. You saw
They
the
are
look
real.
on their faces.
The fourth kind is real.
The fourth kind was crazy. Like it was literally a movie about people going too far.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna just follow in their footsteps and go too far. And like you're seeing the repercussions of people who are involved in aliens and taking it to a place where our human brain can't understand it, or we're manifesting things that we shouldn't be manifesting, or things are being probed or possessing us, and we're just like, oh man, that sucks for that person.
We never
but
raided Area 51 this year.
Let's just keep doing it. That's true. That is true.
I'm really sad.
We didn't have the
Yeah.
fight in us, man. If we can't even like go out and vote, like what makes us think we're going to be able to go to Area 51?
Reminds me of the Phantom episode. Would you let an alien clap your cheeks?
I'm just saying.
What if it's just fire?
The way, well, what they're doing is they're trying to get you acclimated to these aliens, and then they're going to show you a sexy alien, and then now what? You might answer that question.
Well, what is a sexy alien?
I have
It's an
no idea.
alien, but with curves.
I don't
That
know.
reminds me of Mars Attacks when you said sexy alien. But
There is a
anyways,
sexy alien in Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks also had a Ray J in it. Sex
Ray
tape.
J. I forgot about that.
Cohesiveness.
But anyways, fourth kind is pretty creepy to me. Just the way it's shot and the weird sounds and screaming and stuff like that. But one that I really
So entertaining.
like as a kid that freaked me out was The Exorcist. And I saw that movie recently. I think I saw that movie last October in the theaters because they were showing it at AMC. And it was interesting because I mean I had never saw that movie in theaters. I always saw it like at a family member's house or at a friend's house. So seeing it on a theater screen was a little bit more like it was more entertaining.
This shit is
It was
real.
still-
Yeah.
It was
You
still
got more of the
scary.
effect. What's entertaining about it?
I guess just the fact that I mean, I don't know, just the scary.
I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious because like I don't know.
But that's
I don't
that's
find the
thing with-
entertainment. So
I like how
I'm curious.
Narik's answers like he's not doing it out of like malicious intent. He's just like,
No, I'm.
what's
No, yeah. But like,
What's the
me,
amusement?
like,
You guys are my guys.
it's more.
I'm just
it's
trying
more
to
of a
know.
feeling.
It's the
For
feeling.
me, it's more of a feeling. Like it's just like
Let's break it
I don't
down.
know.
Is
It's
the
really-
feeling?
It's really hard. It's the feeling of just you know that it's a scary movie. You know, there's gonna be some very creepy parts. You know, there's obviously this movie is about like a demon taking over somebody's
Horrible.
body, and you know it's crazy that the room like the temperature just drops out of nowhere. It just gets like super hot, and I mean like there's even some gross scenes. You know, like even when she's talking to the priest in Latin, like all that stuff is like.
A
I don't know,
nightmare.
to me,
Ixnay?
I find it
It's a nightmare. That's what it
interesting,
is.
but in a way where it's just kind of
Do
just
you
fascinating.
do you think that it prepares you? Do you think that in watching scary movies that you get prepared in case something like that were to happen?
No, I know my prayers. No,
No.
it was funny because growing up
Well,
when
I
I used to
don't-
go
me-
into
me
those films,
personally, I'm not a religious person like at all, so I don't see how that could be preparing me. You know, like I guess I could ask you the same for like, doomsday movies, you know, like, is that preparing us? Like, yeah, it probably is. But at the same time, like, a lot of people have different views of how the doomsday is going to happen.
It's the rapture.
Yeah, well, people don't really know how doomsday is going to happen, just to your point and what you're saying. So I guess it's just how well the doomsday
that's
movie
why we
is
studied
prepped,
Gerard Butler in the next movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Just
we do got to go see
because
that.
John Cusack didn't teach us anything from 2012.
No, not at all. He didn't teach us a
He
damn
drove an
thing.
RV.
And didn't know how to drive. Oh, wait, no, he didn't drive the airplane. It was the stepfather.
Stepdad. Shut up, stepdad.
I would have left his ass.
Bye.
That's
but
funny.
no,
Sorry, but you were
I can
talking
see
about
what you mean, though. I can see what you mean, though.
Well,
As far as
I was just
preparing
curious because it's like, you know, the imagination, like the entertainment factor of seeing someone go through something horrific, is just interesting to me. Like on how a lot of people find that entertaining, and it doesn't matter whether you're religious or not, or whether you believe that can happen.
Yeah,
but it's
no,
just,
but I mean to the point of
entertainment?
like the whole religious aspect of the movie and the demons and stuff. Like,
You don't believe in that?
I don't believe in stuff like that. You know?
I got you.
Obviously, people do, but I mean, I personally don't. But,
well, there's only one truth.
That's what fascinates me with the movie. Like, I feel like somebody really went to a great length to learn about this stuff and make it into a movie, fake or not. And I don't know, just like
there's a lot of accounts that,
yeah,
too many human accounts that would make me lean more on the side of it being not real than it being real.
Right.
I would say that it's not effective if there isn't enough accounts of what has happened or how people have perceived things. So to me, it's like, okay, because this has been accounted for so many times throughout human history, why are we making light of it and finding entertainment out of it when potentially human beings have suffered from this? That, you know, it's been very horrific.
Right.
I don't know. Have you guys thought about that? No, it's not enough.
No, I mean, I haven't really thought about that, only because I don't know. Like, for me, it's not like the first thing that comes to mind when I go see horror movies. Like, the first thing I think of is, most of the time, I think like, oh, there's probably gonna be like a jump scare. There's probably gonna be some gory scenes. Obviously, horror is shaping out to be different things nowadays, but I don't know. I just like when you think Halloween or when you think October, it's like, all right, switch on the horror movie, no matter what it is. Because at the end of the day, there's not just horror movies about exorcisms. You know, there's horror movies about ghosts.
We've been conditioned. That's what he's saying.
Aliens. Wait, what?
I said we've been conditioned that every time it's October, it's horror time.
Bro, you see the tweets? September 30th.
All right,
wearing normal clothes. October 1st.
I'm just saying that we've been conditioned. It's nothing.
No, yeah.
I guess it's not really.
No, it's true though.
I'm just saying that we've been conditioned.
It's kind of like when you go to when it turns December, it's like Christmas. When pretty much turns
Mariah
November,
Carey
it's
cuts
Christmas
on.
time, you know?
Got hot cocoa. You got some cookies in the oven.
I never put on a Mariah Carey song.
Then the Jackson
Christmas.
5 album, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a good album.
That's mandatory when hanging out.
But
I wouldn't say it's mandatory. I could listen to it at any time. But
I know there's a lot of people, like, for different reasons, that don't celebrate Halloween, mostly because they think that they're inviting demons in. But
I think that can happen. Super understatement.
But that can happen at any point of the year for those people that think about it like that. Because that's how my family was. Like,
I'm gonna have to. I already know where you're going with this, and I want to hear it because I'm probably gonna tap in with you and agree with everything you're gonna say.
You know, go ahead. I mean, it's just I don't think that Halloween. And I may be wrong in this. I don't think that it increases the amount of whether this can happen or not, because horror movies come out at any time. It's part of our human existence. I'm just curious as to where does the entertainment come in with seeing fellow human beings go through horrific situations.
Right.
And you guys may not have the answer for that, and that's fine. I'm just posing the question for our listeners, to really figure out where's the psyche in trying to watch a horror movie.
Right.
What's the point?
I think it's thrill. think the one word to describe it is it's
It's
thrill.
the thrill.
Is
A
it
lot of
something that
people,
you can only get through horror movies?
they want to put themselves in the situation because I don't know, for some reason, a lot of people find it interesting, like all these situations where somebody's being tortured or, somebody is being possessed. Like,
what
at,
would make you find it interesting?
just, I don't know. That's just how, I don't know. I just feel like that's how humans
Yeah,
are. Like, there's people that steal and people that rob. Like, what makes them do that?
the demons.
I think that no, I just think that there's a reason for it. That they're like, if you ask them, they would tell you. And I feel like as human beings,
I mean,
think
not everybody has an answer.
I personally feel like that the reason is that you like seeing somebody go through something worse than how you feel about yourself or how
Yeah.
you feel about your life. And
my life's shitty, but at least I'm not
at
possessed.
least I'm not getting my arm chopped off, or at
Yeah.
least I'm not getting possessed, or at least I'm not in this situation. And the more realistic they make it, the more you're intrigued about it because you're like, this could happen to me, but I hope it doesn't. And I get to watch somebody go through it. And that to me, I feel like just generates a feeling within human beings of just belittlement of their humankind and of their peers, and just like not really giving a fuck about other people, because it's like, yo, if you're going through this fucked up shit, at least you're not going through that, or at least I'm not going through what you're going through.
Right.
So it is.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't really think about stuff like that when I watch horror movies. Like, even when I watch The Exorcist, it's not like, oh, I'm so glad that's not happening to me. Like, a lot of the stuff that I watch, it's like, it's fictional. Like, it's not like, to me, like, I don't think of it as real. I feel like if you see a video, an actual video, like real life video of somebody getting killed, you're gonna feel bad, type of thing. Like, you're gonna be like, I don't want to watch this. Like, that's real horror, and that's a different horror. Knowing that it's fake, I feel like it doesn't really put you in those shoes, like you're saying, like, oh, at least that's not me, type of thing. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know what it is. It's
Well,
kind of like a feeling.
I feel like that feeling is a good segue, because when horror movies kind of started, they started with monsters. It was a lot of like monster based things. You have Frankenstein,
Swamp Thing.
you have Swamp Thing, you have the Loch Ness, you have things that people didn't know were human, but were here on the planet. And it was like 8 feet tall and
Right.
12 arms or whatever it is, which we can go into history and see where that imagination
Right.
comes from, because there's other historic elements to that, but we'll just keep it in current. So you start making these movies about these monsters that would eat you, or that would take you, or that would trap you, whatever. And then it started getting into more of like a psychological, horror, where it was like,
Yeah.
Things that approach you in your dreams, things that approach you that only you can see.
Yeah, and then you create icons out of that. Like, there's different. If you want to consider them, like, exactly, you have Freddy, you have Jason, you have Chucky, you have Annabelle. Like, you have all these different icons for the specific genre or subcategory in this genre.
Yeah, because I think humans just started they were like, all right, the monster under my bed, there's no way that a monster could be under my bed, which is kind of true. Yeah, I mean, there's no real way that a monster could be under your bed unless it's something that I see in my mind that affects me, or at least it's
the shadows are shifting.
So the sophistication starts to increase because it's harder to scare people.
Right.
Like, they started getting to the point where it was like, you have a big ass monster. All right, I'll just shoot
compared
him.
to like first grade films, it's all a giant tarantula.
Yeah.
I know what you
it's
mean.
just different things that kind of go through. And then now we've kind of gotten into this place where they make it a little bit more reality based, where like movies like Paranormal Activity, where it's just a camera that is inside of your house that is looking at something happening to someone, and people have cameras in their house all the time. And they're like, damn, I never know what's happening in a person's house. Like, what if that's happening in my neighbor's house right now? And I think that's where like a lot of the intrigue comes from, because it hits, for lack of a better term, it hits a little bit more to home, closer to home.
Right.
And you have stuff like the Blair Witch Project with the handhelds, and, the way that it's filmed isn't the problem, because you have Cloverfield, which I wouldn't call a horror movie, but it was filmed like handheld and like reality based, but you had a giant monster.
I'd say it's a horror movie.
You think so?
I'd say it's a horror. Yeah, I mean, same thing with Blair Witch. I mean, in both of those movies, they never showed the monster. and then the whole
Mhm.
time you're like on the edge of your seat trying to like, oh my god, is it gonna be right there? Oh my god. You're just waiting for the jump scare, but it never comes, but you know it's there. Like I remember reading somewhere that that's a way to scare people too, you know, just keep them on edge the whole
Mhm.
time, hoping that something's gonna pop up and like, you know, that's kind of like the art behind horror, you know, just try not to give the scare right away. You want to build it up, you know, in a
Mhm.
sense. And that's what those movies do, Cloverfield and
Yeah.
Blair Witch,
They
you know,
tap
they
into
build
your
it up.
senses in a way that makes you like how you said, be on edge.
Right.
And I think that now we've kind of tapped into where people have realized that humans are the monsters. So now they're
Yeah, I
tapping
don't even think
into
so
horror
much.
movies that have to deal with humans and the
Right.
trust that you have with humans and them being all cool. And then they turn into murdering
Because
psychopaths.
humans are trash.
Well, that's what they're trying to tell you.
Right.
But we know that that type of indoctrination is going to just lead to people not trusting humans in regular life.
Right.
And if we're about
I feel like people already
positivity,
don't. Though.
I mean, well, I mean,
I don't
that was
feel
the
like you
first
need to
thing
watch
that
a
was
movie
kind
to
of,
know that.
I would say that movies indoctrinate people more than we think. And without seeing certain movies, without having, because it's a culmination of all of our art put together. So it's like the
Mhm.
power of music, the power of visual, the power of drawing, the power of painting, the power of storytelling, all wrapped in one, shown at you on a big ass screen, full fledged, loud as fuck for you to enjoy. And
Mhm.
I think that um, we would be remiss to think that that doesn't affect us psychologically. You know, I remember watching The Matrix and coming out there and was like, oh shit, I think we live in the Matrix. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So even
Which
if
we
you
don't.
which we don't, but even if you don't believe what has happened, the effect and the toll that it takes on your brain, I think is super evident still. And that isn't lost on me when it comes to horror movies. So for me personally, I'm not watching horror movies because I just don't want that kind of imagery and those things in my brain, whether I believe it's real or not. I don't need me to second guess somebody murdering me because I saw it in a movie and them going crazy or
Right.
like something crazy, happening.
But it could still happen, even if you don't watch the movie.
Sure. I mean, it could definitely happen. But I
Yeah,
do
I
believe in the
mean-
law of attraction. So it's like, what are you attracting to your life? What do you bring into your life? Like, if you surround yourself with those
Aliens.
kinds of things, you might bring aliens to your life or get
Cheeseburger.
probed.
Bring
Or
it
you
on,
bring-
baby.
Cheeseburgers
Take
are
me off
great
this
to bring
earth.
into your life. Are you ready to go, Skywalker?
Take me to Mars.
Skywalker is definitely, that's why he's called Skywalker. He's definitely ready to go out of this world.
Yeah, Skywalker just wants that alien cutty, bro.
He wants the curvy aliens, the sexy aliens.
He wants that the Kirby cutty because Kirby's
If we
an
ever
alien.
get sexy aliens, call
I have-
Skywalker Mike. We need to make sure that he's okay.
Yo,
we're all aliens at the end of the day.
his name's gonna go from
What?
he's gonna go from
Yeah, we're all
Skywalker Mike
aliens.
to specimen number 1.
To who?
We're half Homo sapien, half alien.
We are half alien?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Well,
Hey, bro. First off, me being
back
from
in
Mexico is none of your
Egypt.
business.
back in Egypt. It's a
Oh,
whole nother
shit.
theory that I don't really want to dive into. It has to do-
I'm
it
excited
has to
about
do- It
that.
has to do with religion and other stuff. But
I mean, I'm excited to dive into that kind of theory. I feel like that's real horror. I'm curious, where do you guys think that the future of horror movies is going?
I think kind of how it is now. So Shadow Jordan Peele, right? You get movies like Get Out and Us that
shout
could
out Black Mirror too.
Black Mirror as well. That's a good.
You know, I feel you on that. I think Black Mirror definitely goes into the horror genre without it being overly like horrific.
This is a horror movie.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is like horror. But it's more of just a psychological like, yo, if we lived in this world and this was important and this was prioritized, look at how this would kind of unfold.
Yeah, because it kind of gets away from the cliches. Cliches being there's a murderer. This is religious. This is satanic. Like the generic attraction pulls that movies or good directors use for these certain films. It being something that's totally different, whether it's psychological or something that could be close to real or kind of
Anxiety,
like exactly
kinda
anything that
thing.
adds thrill, anxiety, stress while watching this film. It's psychological and emotional now more than just the surface level like he's about to get murdered. He's about to get stabbed to death.
That's just wild
Then-
that people voluntarily want to be stressed. Like it seems like a weird thing where people have been so stressed that we want a controlled environment.
Kind of
for
like you said, like like when you watch this movie, you're stressed out. You're like, oh my god, like this is so scary. Then you just go back to your regular life because most likely it's not going to happen to you. And in a way, I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say people need that, but people search for it because it's the same way people go skydiving or bungee jumping. You know, it's just a different way to get thrilled. You know, because those things too. Like if you're going skydiving or bungee jumping, you're scared. You're scaring yourself that if this parachute doesn't go off, you're dead. But most of the time, the parachute goes off. You know, so I feel like it's the same thing for horror movies. People are watching these to scare themselves, knowing that most likely it won't happen to them. So it's kind of like you go back to reality
until it happens to them. Dun 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 dun
dun dun dun. You remember that?
Until you get ripped in half
video
by
of
a
that
chainsaw.
squirrel?
I mean, yeah, that would suck. That would really, really suck, man. That wouldn't be fun at all to get ripped in half by a chainsaw. Not at all. You know, I just realized that us as human beings, we're very powerful, and our minds are very powerful.
Are you about to use the force? Or it's good.
I'm just saying it was creeping up on me right now. I had to make sure. But as being powerful human beings, you know, you are what you attract, you know, and you attract what you are. So you just want to make sure that that what you're attracting isn't chainsaws coming across.
Just know you are what you eat. It isn't just physically. It's
a sincere.
Sure.
Well, you're a cheeseburger, so.
Oh wow, that's corny.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Adding on to that is what you consume, what you're taking in, whether it be watching these movies, your everyday life. Like you are what you eat. So what you're consuming, like, you're becoming that.
I get what, like, the way you guys are saying it. Not trying to discount it, but like in a way, it's like watching. You know, horror movies or watching comedy movies or watching cartoons all day, like that becomes you. Like you become it in a way where you gravitate to that group of people that are like that. And, you know, maybe if you watch horror movies, maybe when you gravitate to that crowd of people, one of those people could be a murderer or an alien or a vampire or Frankenstein. You know, you never know. Like
that's why I attracted the Food Channel so much.
I get what you guys mean.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even go to the extremes. I just think that there's just like a level of like sadness and a level of just like, oh man, this world ain't shit, that comes with repeated amounts of them telling you that, hey, people aren't shit and you aren't shit and this world ain't shit and anything can happen and you can get murdered. So, you know.
Yeah, death is I don't know, man. Death is an arbitrary
thing.
Death is an arbitrary design. I'm just here to ride the wave, you know.
I see you. I
see
with the tweet.
See that?
That's a tweet right there, bro. Go ahead.
Life's an arbitrary design. Do we have any quick news? Okay.
But yeah.
No. Well, are there? Well, there's some more horror movies like that are coming out and stuff. We're gonna talk about like what's coming out right now. I know one of the best, I would say, horror production houses, Blumhouse.
Blumhouse is fire. They just released a whole bunch of new films on Amazon. Amazon
Prime.
I don't want to space out.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate Blumhouse because of how cheesy and corny. Because that's at the same time, like all these horror movies, at the end of the day, sometimes they're terrible. They're like just jump scares or like just I don't know.
It's just satire, terrible, man. Blumhouse kind of has
it's still fun sometimes.
It's like that cheesy thrill.
There's a few Blumhouse movies that I've seen with my friends and they hate them to this day. To this day, they always bring up those movies that we went to go see. Like, yeah, that movie was trash. Like Truth or Dare. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie.
No.
It's a Blumhouse movie. I liked it personally, even though it was like kind of terrible. But my friends hated it, and they always like tell me about it. Like,
is it like a deadly game of Truth or Dare?
Yes, it has to do with a demon.
Gotcha.
And some other Blumhouse movies, but these movies so far, I've seen one of them on Amazon Prime, and it's not so much horror, but it is a type of horror.
Is
'cause
it
doesn't
more
have to do with
towards the
any
future of
demons.
horror, like what we're talking about as far as anxiety inducing, or tell us about it? What's the name of it, first of all?
Um, which one? Yeah, because there's
One of
4 of
the
them. I think it was called here, I'm gonna look it up, but it had to do with the little girl accidentally killing her friend, and her parents, are trying to cover it up,
Mm.
and the whole time the girl, like, kinda acts like nothing happened, she's kinda cool with it, but her parents are so, like, trying to cover it up, and they're like, "Are you seriously not fazed by this?" type of thing. There's a twist at the end, and it's kinda like, "Oh, wow," like,
She's a demon.
all this all this could have been avoided. No,
Oh,
no, no
okay. All right.
demons.
Just
No
want to make
demons in
sure.
the movie.
Because they said that she wasn't phased. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's a demon.
Yeah,
But word. Do you have the name?
so, yeah, it's still look for Blumhouse, right? It is called oh, man,
It's all good.
sorry. I should have had all the movie names. But, yeah, there's 4 of them. I know one of them is called Black Box and Nocturne. I think it's called The Lie. It's a super basic name.
The Lie.
I can't name any of the actors
Ooh.
other than one of them. She was in a Netflix movie. It was like a detective show. I forget what it's called, but it's pretty good. I mean, if you guys want some Halloween-esque horror movies, they're on Amazon Prime for free, and they're different. Obviously, the Blumhouse, and yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna watch the other 3.
I mean, I commend Blumhouse for finding their niche audience. I think that in making hardcore, I would call their movies hardcore. It's just like hardcore movies, like whatever topic they're going to go on, they're just
Right.
kind of going to push to the limits and try
Like the
their
Invisible
best
Man.
I mean, like Truth or Dare. Like, how hardcore can you make Truth or Dare? That was probably their conversation in the boardroom. Was like, how hardcore can we make
Yeah.
it? Let's
I
throw a
don't know.
demon in there. All right, yeah, you
Right.
know. And they did that, and it's kind of hit or miss as they do it. But I definitely commend them for keeping the horror genre alive. You know, I think that it's kind of dipped over the years because again, people are harder to scare, and you got to
Mhm.
figure out new ways to do it, and new stories, and I think all of the like all of the stories that kind of affect adults, like adults affecting
Right.
adults, have been done. So now they're like kids affecting adults and kids affecting kids now, and like all these other stuffs until they, you know, go over everything that they
Yeah.
possibly can go over. And then, you know, we'll kind of see where horror goes at that time. We might be living in a horror movie at that time, you know. So we'll see.
We already are. I mean,
Dang.
kinda
Dun,
going
dun, dun.
Right?
I know in our last episode we talked about Lovecraft Country, but that movie shows, like I said, it shows monsters, but it also shows the real life horrors that people of color were going through at the time. So, I mean,
Mhm.
we're still going through stuff like that. It
That's
might
true.
not be the horror movie you expect, but
I
it
don't need to watch a horror
is
movie to
horror
go through it every
nonetheless.
day,
Yeah, there you go.
which
I
adds
can't
to
disagree
my
because
point.
it's facts.
I mean, I just feel like that if we're going to try and be positive, if we're going to try and be better
Right.
as human beings, that you know, some of the things that we ingest in our mind and some of the things that we open up our mind to may not be conducive to us being a better human being.
You are what you
Um,
eat.
you know, and that's just where it comes from. And I think that people who kind of perpetuate that kind of thing don't really want to see us do better, you
Yeah.
know, because they're finding entertainment over us not doing better. And that just further perpetuates us not doing better. And then some people that give up hope. So then they're just like, oh, well, like might as well. We're already there. And that doesn't help either. So it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, okay, how do we fight against that? And I just feel like that us as human beings aren't mentally tough enough to get past those kinds of
Yeah.
things as yet.
Not
So
everybody.
not everybody, at
Not
least.
everybody,
But now we got horror video games. You know, Sincere, I think you started talking about your horror video game that you've been
Oh yeah,
playing.
Dead by Daylight. I kind of tapped in a couple episodes ago, but right now Dead by Daylight's just had a new update came out, a visual update as well. As far as like the way the graphics look in the game. But if you guys don't know what Dead by Daylight is, it is a horror-based video game. It's dope because they have their own original characters in the game, but then you get some characters from Stranger Things. You have Michael Myers in it. You have Ghostface from Scream. You have Freddy Krueger. Basically, the concept of the game, you're on one map. There's 5 generators on the map. You have to activate all generators in order to escape while running away from the killer. Every killer has their own special power, as well as perks with every survivor, every killer.
Cool.
But
What kind of equipment do you get to fight the killers?
yeah, so there's different things.
Nothing.
So every time you play a match, you get
Nothing.
points.
I know, right?
You get points. They're called They're called blood points. You spend those blood points in the blood web. The blood web, you get different items, different perks, certain things that you're able to use. Specifically,
Blood points.
blood points. Specific things you're able to use.
Blood web.
You're able to get a flashlight. You blind the killer.
You always need a flashlight.
Always need a flashlight. Flashlights.
One of those big ass ones too. Like what are they? Like Mac flashlights?
So
like the Mac, like whatever. it is.
The D-Millen.
Something like that.
the
It's like the
D-Will.
giant ones that
The
are like a
D-Will.
foot long.
Yeah, so every item, just like in any video game, there's different tiers, right? The brown are the shit ones. Then you get yellow, green, and then gold, and obviously.
So the
But
brown are the
the
shit
items you're able to
ones.
use would be like that, a toolbox to help you either because when you get downed by a killer, the horror-esque thing would be is to put somebody on a hook, right?
Trap,
So you put somebody on a hook.
Mhm.
Like
and
a
then-
random person or the killer.
I used to-
so the survivors. So there's one killer on the map, 4
Mhm.
survivors.
Oh, so you sacrifice somebody.
No, the killer
killer's
kills
trying to
the
sacrifice
survivor.
you.
Got you.
The killer. So purpose of the survivors is to try to escape. The purpose of the killer is to try to sacrifice all the survivors.
Now, is the killer like an AI or computer, or is somebody
it's
else
all
online?
multiplayer. It's somebody else online.
Somebody else online is playing the killer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's dope. You get toolboxes, med kits, of course, and then there's different perks that will help you out. Like my build, the perks that I use is I got sprint burst so that I can run fast for 5 seconds.
Yes.
I got Iron Will, so that way when I'm injured, the killer can't hear me crying.
Because you're in pain.
Exactly.
Got you.
Stop
I
crying, bro.
have
being a bitch,
have
Cecilia.
botany knowledge. So I
sound
can
very
heal.
nice.
I can heal people faster, and have
Okay.
spine chill. So that way, when the killer's headed in my direction, I get a notification on my screen that he's on his way to kill me.
Ah,
It's all about
That's cool.
stealth, bro.
those are pretty good perks.
Yeah,
I would
so
say.
it's,
I would say that
it's cool, but it's
those are
a
good
cool
things.
game to check out. I'll send you guys videos. This dude that plays it, like it's funny too, because
I played it before.
Yeah.
I took it off my console because I wanted to play a different game and I didn't have space.
so you need that external terabyte.
It's like
sir.
the worst horror ever. Is not enough space on your console.
The real demon is.
That's the real scary
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't download the update.
But yeah, so I would say check out that game. But it's pretty cool because there's the visual update. And then I know some of the killers are free right now. Don't quote me on that, but
It's cool.
yeah. And then
Gotcha.
there's double blood points and all that cool stuff. So
Gotta
definitely
get your
tap in.
blood points. It's a
Bro,
great thing.
I need more medkits. I need more medkits.
That's fun.
All right, so let's get into let's pretty much wrap up with some recommendations, some suggestions for your Halloween viewing pleasure. We did mention the Blumhouse movies earlier. They're all on Amazon Prime. If you have Prime, go watch that with your homies or with your fam or whatever. And let's start with Sincere. I see.
Yeah, no, Halloween tradition
classic.
for me
Classic.
is a
Super
classic. Treehouse of Horror from The Simpsons. You just gotta watch those.
Mm.
The Simpsons just love making fun of the generic cliche movies that we also enjoy, right?
Yeah, I
But
love that.
it's just I love The Simpsons. The Simpsons
Monkey
have
Paw
never
episode's my
never
Where can you
steered me
get
wrong.
it? Where can you watch Treehouse of Horror?
I've been watching it
Disney
on
Plus.
Hulu, but you can watch it on Disney Plus
On
as
Disney
well.
Plus also.
Yeah. You
Yep.
can watch on Disney Plus also. But yeah, tap it in Treehouse of Horrors. It's just always been something I enjoy doing on Halloween. I don't even watch regular Simpsons anymore. I just go back and
Treehouse
watch
of
Treehouse of Horror. Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
What you got?
And it's a Netflix show. It's something I just started watching. It just came out this month. It's called The Haunting of Bly House. Really, really, really interesting show. Has to do with pretty much a house and some kids, a nanny, and other stuff. But
All the things that are inside of a house.
like
A
if you
chair.
like being scared, watch it in your room by yourself and just
First off, I'm never alone in my
Enjoy.
room. Because Jesus is with me.
Because Jesus is with you. That's funny.
Who?
Cool. Oh, geez. I'm gonna ignore that, Skywalker. You're good. The Haunting of Bly House, and that is on Netflix.
Netflix.
Netflix. So definitely check that out. The recommendation that I picked was a movie that I saw when I was younger, starring Nicole Kidman. It's called The Others.
She's so fine.
And she wasn't in this one. But
Yo.
it was it's a thrill movie. That's what it's billed as. Pretty much a horror movie. And it has a pretty good narrative of, just kind of how it goes. One of my other gripes with horror movies is or a lot of them are predictable. You can kind of tell like what's gonna happen, and the twist, if they do have one, doesn't really like. There's just like plot holes in the twist. It's like, oh, that's not worth it. Like I watched all of this and then the twist is something stupid. But with The Others, it was actually something that I didn't, well, at least maybe it was because I was young, but I just didn't expect it. I was just like, whoa, that's pretty crazy.
It confused
That
me as a
sucks.
kid.
Yeah, I was just
what the
like,
hell is going
what?
on?
Yeah, I didn't really understand it. And I was just like, oh, wow. And then when they revealed it, I was like, oh, that's just crazy. And, so yeah, that's my recommendation. I don't recommend that you watch anything for Halloween, but if you end up doing that, those are some of the best that are out right now, and some of the classics that are out right now.
Yeah, and just to wrap up as well, as we are here at the Soundflick podcast, we are staying safe.
Yes.
So y'all should do the same.
Yes.
Be cautious of passing out candy. Be cautious of receiving candy.
Unless it's edibles.
Just don't do it.
Unless it's that.
Sorry,
unless it's
irresponsible of me.
No, it's not irresponsible. It's amazing of you. So get that new Boo Bar.
So yeah,
the new flavors out right now.
Halloween this year is not canceled. But trick or treating should be canceled, even though it's not like an official thing.
Right.
Yes, virtual costumes, like how we are here at the podcast. As you can see, we dressed up. This is all fun that we get to do. But try not to go trick or treating. Try not to move around in big groups. Order candy off of Amazon. Have it delivered to your house. That's the trick or treating right there.
If you eat candy corn
and watch some horror movies.
If you eat candy corn,
what else are you gonna do, right?
If you eat candy corn, you're going to hell. I'm just kidding.
Candy corn.
Candy
corn is trash.
It's not that good.
It's super trash.
Someone gave me a candy corn cake once.
I would have slapped.
Oh god.
Now that's taking a little far.
Like,
but I would have been so disappointed. Like
it's
honestly,
a little too far. I would have bitch slapped.
Yeah, I would have just been so disappointed, like physically, visibly disappointed of the unveil of a candy corn.
I ate it.
Cake.
It was cool.
They're gonna help.
The frosting was good. It was buttercream.
Buttercream.
Buttercream. What's the waste? Let's check.
All right. We're done.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting us. Episode 34, Soundflick Podcast. Happy Halloween. Happy Harvest to you guys.
Yes. Everyone be safe.
Real quick. See how clear this visual is? Shout out to our friends here at Productive Culture.
That's right.
Norique, go on per usual, your plug.
I mean, if you guys want a podcast as crisp and as clear as
look how cute I am, bro.
This one. Yeah. Insert the little shiny teeth. You can definitely check out productiveculture.com/podcasts to get your podcast placed here in the studio. We at the Soundflick group love Productive Culture, and we love elevating our sounds and elevating our visuals with them. And we know that you would love it too. So make sure and tap on in and watch us on YouTube, because we have viewership now. Yeah.
Ayo.
And, we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for joining us. Happy Halloween, everyone. We have some exciting news and exciting content that's going to be coming up. So stay tuned on the Soundflick Pod Instagram. Make sure to follow us there. And make sure to follow us on Twitter at Soundflick Pod.
And it is all love here, but granted, it is a Halloween episode. We want to merge the two. Today's outro song.
What is it?
Shout out the big bro Noah James.
Hey.
Love Monster 2.
There it is.
Tap in. Soundflick Pod. Appreciate
Off the
y'all.
Dirty Gospel soundtrack.
Gang, gang.
It's crazy when your downfall gives people life. They will find value in your demise. I'm valuable, nigga, that's no surprise. I don't close my eyes when I roll the dice. I see everything when the cobra strikes. Fake love is trash weed that's overpriced. got a queen that's loving and she cold as ice. The truth cut deep and she holds a knife. The moon affect you different when you're the wave. The shrooms hit you different when you love the game. The acid hit you different when you seen your grave. Now my heart and my soul on the same page. The biggest fight my life was against myself. My worst enemy is myself. I gotta forgive others, then forgive myself. Let go my ego, then help myself. I know people can change, cause I have changed. I found a champion in all my pain. I put her to the beat, then my angel sang. Madam Mary Jane changed my mark of Cain. Stimulated my brain to see the change. Not numb anymore, yes, I can feel the rain. Me and Big Kelly out here losing weight, moving out of pace like we outer space. Nowadays I'm out here just out on the road. In health mode, my spirit really on swole. Checking he marks right next to my goals. Cutting through the noise, push a mute on his trolls. Not worried about control, just writing my scrolls. That love mustard language, my Rosetta Stone.